It's Podpodular, and that is the newest from STS9 Portal to the Starry Path. Before we get into that and some discussion around that absolute heater of a track, welcome back, folks. It is episode 32. It is Friday, June 6th. And we are here for another Wave Spell episode. So that's going to be super fun. So we're going to go head to head, myself and Scotty, three tracks each, one from the Murph era, one from the Alana era, one wild card clip of our choosing. And we're going to go head to head and decide who's got the hottest clips here tonight. So we'll get into that after our discussion here about the new track from STS9. And then we will get into an Inspire Strikes Back. I'm sorry, an Inspire Bring It Back. My bad on that. But without further ado, welcome on my wonderful co-host, Mr. Scotty Fuller. How we doing today?
Doing great, Nate. I'm feeling a little more healthy. Dealt with some back issues this weekend. I'm slowly bouncing back from that, and just pumped to be back here for another Wave Spell episode. You know, the fan favorite of our of our podcast series. And really excited to talk about this new single. Um, we got Portal to the Starry Path, or as I like to call it, an Uber ride to an STS9 show. Uh,
I love that. Um, Dude, oh man, it is so sexy. I mean, is this the first track? So Alana on the upright bass.
Is this the first
Um,
studio Alana upright bass track?
I,
I
th- I
without digging deep and you asking me that question on the spot, I think so.
forget Alana. I think it's got to be the first one ever.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah, that's true. There might be some stand-up action on the Universal side.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but
I'm
that would
sure we
be
could ask
that would be
somebody.
with Alana as well. But I mean,
Yeah.
this one really stands out, and that's what stands out to me is the upright action on this one, and just how jazzy of a feel it gives it, but maintaining that super spacey vibe that we know at CS9 for, with it just being space jazz, right?
hmm
So, a starry path. Love, of course, all this new artwork that's been coming out
I
as well.
actually honestly didn't even really I didn't really notice the artwork and appreciate it until we were introing just now, and I started looking at it. It looks like a nuclear bomb dropping in the middle of the ocean. Um, just this combo action from Taylor and HB has really been kind of quietly one of the cooler parts of this rollout is the way that they keep kind of reinterpreting this side figure to kind of be the cover art completely unique to each single. I'm really excited to see what the cover of this album is going to look like, because there's obviously a lot of thought and intention in the cover art for everything that we're seeing so far.
Yeah, there's a certain theme. I love the color scheme that is
Mm-hmm.
being brought to life. You know, I'm a big orange and blue guy, so that
Yeah.
that hits with me pretty hard. Um, but back to this particular track, right? You get the super like light and airy intro into kind of the spooky STS sign in the back half, and it draws reference to a song that we haven't seen get the studio treatment that has been rolled out in the last handful of years in So. It
Ah,
reminds me a little bit of that.
okay.
And
I'll have to go back and listen to that after this.
I've always thought that there was a really good idea there that never really formulated to what seemed like a full song. They messed with it quite a bit during the 2018 2019 era. We kind of saw it drop off a little bit going into the 3.0 era after COVID. As soon as I heard them play that on the back half of the Walk to the Light from the Vegas 2018 run, I was like, whoa, what the fuck was
Right.
that? So I don't think it's exactly on there, but it's that same vibe, and yeah,
Sure.
maybe they're drawing from it a little bit, but
Mhm.
um, man, I mean, like again, hearing these songs and like the first thing I think is how they're going to fit into an STS9 show.
Which was about to be my next question, because I had a thought of a really nice seg that this could be in. I know a lot of people have been speculating on the lounge about good stuff. What comes to mind for you immediately as a song that could be, behind this or in front of this?
Ah, man, I think like if they did something with Aimlessly, I
Okay.
think just with like that super with like this like the outro of this into the intro.
We're hearing the same thing on
Yeah.
that. I agree. I think aimlessly is a good call because of that, like wow,
Yeah, like
that.
organy sound, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My thought was metameme.
Oh yeah.
I heard it for the first time there, and I was like, oh my god, dude, the back end of this into the front end of metameme would be smooth as butter.
Yeah. No, I get like giving this some drum and bass treatment would fit really well. I think giving it some funk treatment would work. I think giving it some modular treatment would work. I think it can go into any mode of STS9, which
Yeah,
is really cool to think of the possibilities, no pun intended, behind this track into their live catalog. And like as we get more and more of these rolled out, I think by the end of the full release, it's going to be fun to like decide, okay, which one of these new tracks are your favorite? Because it's
yeah,
already becoming super hard between this and Peachtree. Um, just the freshness behind it, but also just like the familiarity of it, right?
yeah.
It sounds like STS9, right?
Mm-hmm. Star this morning said portal into native into reemergence into Peachtree into Ramon. Take me to dinner first.
Yeah, yeah. There's a set. That's it,
Yeah.
and we can hit set break if we want, or we can keep
Thanks for
going
coming
on a
out,
2 hour
guys.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a fire idea, dude. And it's just like the HB tones on this. Man, it's really mirroring that new kind of echoey, reverby tone that he's been messing with over the last handful of years, and he just seems to have it dialed in. And you
Mm-hmm.
know that hearing this lick live is going to send shivers up your spine for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Gonna get a
Um,
huge pop. Yeah, it's gonna be they're probably gonna extend that first section before you get to it and really kind of make you thirst for it. This is gonna be a really, really cool one live once they play it a few times.
damn, is it a good time to be a Soundtrap fan right now? We were in the middle of just a renaissance of new music, and knowing that we're going to be getting stuff like this every 5 weeks makes me super excited. So,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
really an era that we've never been in. I don't think with any of these other albums they were kind of slow rolling it to us like this. Um, Fortunately, gives us a lot to talk about on here, but also just a way to kind of I don't know, man. Like they're so quiet on the single stuff and the streaming platforms. Like it's all been Bandcamp based for so long that it's really cool that when these songs come out, you don't have to share a Bandcamp password or
yeah,
something
more
like
people are
that
going to get to hear
just
it.
for
Yeah.
people to hear it. Exactly. And subscribe to Bandcamp. That is super important. And we don't share passwords, but subscribe to Bandcamp. Uh, that being said, a lot of people won't, and it's cool to finally be like, no, 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 no. Look, you can listen to it. They're fucking on it right now.
Right.
Yeah, dude, this rollout's great.
Um, love it. So before we get into the fifth installment of the Wave Spell series, just got a shout out to the community for stepping up. We haven't acknowledged it yet, but obviously some super unfortunate stuff went down at the first night of Resonate in the crowd, where it sounds like someone from the community was the victim of a basically an assault of what
Yeah.
seems to be
Not
completely
basically.
senseless.
Yeah.
No, a definite assault. So our hearts go out to Kenna and her family, and just the obviously physical injuries, but the emotional trauma of something like that, and anybody who was around to witness that, and just the impact
Hmm.
it has on someone's life. So the community has really stepped up and done an awesome job. Like it
Yeah.
seems like in any time a situation like this comes up, there's some kind of GoFundMe or something like that.
Hmm.
So wanted to shout out as well. It seems like we're pretty close to the fundraising goal. Um,
Yep.
it
At the
looks
time of
like,
this recording, we've got it at 86.65. So we're 1,500 less than $1,500 away. We will put this link in the bio for the episode today. If you guys aren't familiar with kind of where we're at with it right now, she had surgery. She is out of the hospital. They were able to place 3 plates in her face, largest to had to enter through her mouth to minimize scarring. She is going to have lasting nerve damage. She's going to it did alter the look of her face, and she's going to require constant neurological care. So she's very much at the beginning of this journey of healing. And you know, anything that you can donate, share it. If you can't donate, let's get this girl to $10,000, man. This is a incredibly heartbreaking story, but also a really beautiful one that this community has been able to rally around her like this and seemingly get this thing past 10,000. I think we're obviously going to get there eventually, but
yeah.
yeah. So
And a shout out to David Rendell. He's got a new silent auction set up as well that's going to go towards this GoFundMe that is live in the
is that
lounge. If
right?
you,
I hadn't seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's in the featured post. If you search David Rendell, you'll see it up there. Bunch of cool stuff signed in some framed prints, some HB artwork in there that is signed as well. Some there's a signed Saxon V3 in there, which looks to be in mint condition. And some old CDs and signed stuff as far as music releases go, which is really cool. So check that out. That'll go towards the total. But again, just big ups to the community for stepping up. We've seen it in other areas when Tiberius crashes his car or Alana's house burns down or things like that. People stepping up in a huge way to have each other's backs and makes me proud to be a part of this community for sure.
What it's all
So,
about.
yep, take care of our own. And the most important thing, it looks like the douchebag that did this was brought to justice
Not
and
quite.
arrested. Well,
He's out on bail.
okay,
So we still got to see what's good with his case and all that. Fuck that guy.
yeah.
But yeah, he has at least been identified, arrested, processed. He's out on bail and he's awaiting trial, it sounds like.
Yep. So hoping for the best for
Uh-huh.
that. But
Uh-huh.
we have the fifth installment of the Wave Spell series here, Scotty. So again, we got a point on the line for the Podular belt, which will be given out sometime in October of this year once we get to episode 53. And we're well on our way there, 20 away. It's crazy to think.
Holy shit. We're closer than we are further. We're more than halfway there. That's cool.
It's been a fun journey for sure. So again, we both of us brought 3 clips to the table here without discussion beforehand. The idea is to blow each other's minds, but blow your guys' minds. You guys are going to vote on the winner. Yeah, we've got 1 clip from the Murph era, 1 clip from the Alana era, and last clip from the era of our choosing, a wild card clip. So, ceremonial Zin can flip, Scotty, like we do. Cool mint 6. And we got tails. Call it in the air.
Yep. Cool, man.
You got it this time. I feel like I'm always winning those
All
flips.
right.
So you want to go
Cool.
first, or
Yeah,
you
I'll
want
go
me to
first. I normally let you go first, but I'll go first this. 100's guitar sounds like it blows bubbles. Is that a horn? I just noticed that.
I think that's a key effect. God, so many notes.
Through the door, motherfucker. Come and get me, Nate.
All right, so let me guess. Obviously, watch out for that bus. Is that how this
Yeah.
one
Yep.
is, or is it Doom Doom? Okay.
No, let's watch out
Uh,
for bus.
it's pre '01. It's is it 1999?
It is pre-01. It is not 1999. To be honest, I can't. I realized that I wasn't pulling this clip from the show. Those of us, and let's be real, we're all huge fans of the boy Mitch Miller. Um, this was his version of "Watch Out for the Bus" specifically for his Selector 9 set that, as we all know, ended up getting picked. It's from San Luis
Yeah, San
Obis.
Luis Obispo,
Yeah.
SLO Brewing. Oh,
Yes.
this show,
Oh, Slow
dude.
Brewing. Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
was searching the wrong thing.
I
It's on Bandcamp as SLO Brewing.
yeah.
Um,
I think the Bosso might be from this show too that he had requested. Do you have the set list from the show pulled up?
yeah, I just found it because
All right.
you cracked that code for me. It is Hubble, Watch Out for That Bus, Tap In, Untitled 54. I'm gonna have to listen to this show.
Yeah.
I've never listened to this show on its
Oh,
own.
Scotty, this one's a ripper. Yeah.
Holy
This
fuck, there's a 28-minute orbital in here. We're just turning them over left and right. Sorry. 15-minute Hubble, that Watch Out for the Bus that you just heard. Tap an 18-minute, we'll call it a 19-minute tap in. Untitled 54, Mischief of a Sleepwalker, Water Song, Come Why, 12, 4-Year Puma, a 28-minute orbital, King Pharaoh's Tomb, Inspire Strikes Back. It is
okay.
it's just one barn. No. It's a two-setter. It's a two-setter. Yeah.
Yeah.
With no.
No, so the Bosso must be from a different show. But no, I remember this is one I go back to. Oh, this old school 12 is a really good one too. So great choice to start. I mean, what I'm hearing here is just like you said, that bubbly HB tone where
Yeah.
you feel like in person, like bubbles would just be popping up from his fretboard.
Exactly.
They're playing with that energy of like they've been playing bars and breweries and small clubs and venues for fucking 3 years, and like
Yeah.
they just have this energy about them, and like it almost reminds me of like that same energy we're hearing them play the new track in Leipzig Symphony. It's all right, like
Yeah.
just like driving guitar licks. I'm fresh off just seeing the first night of Panic at Chicago Theater last night. Like Phipps getting his JoJo Herman going
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
on
We
the
talked
keys.
about that a little bit last week too.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, we have. We brought up Panic 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
So really awesome start here. And yeah, this is a show to go back to for sure. First for you, Scotty, for the whole thing, but
Yeah.
anybody listening for sure. All right. Well, that brings me to my Murph clip here. And we will stay kind of in the same era.
What the fuck is this? Jesus. Holy.
Let's go, motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah, Murph.
God.
Zach, dude.
Wow.
Delicious licks from Hunter Brown.
Wow.
You want another breakdown?
Never let them know your next move. Oh, we're back.
Does not quit.
Wow.
All right, Scotty.
What was
Thought
that?
I,
I don't know. I don't even have a guess. I've never
I
heard
thought
that song before.
I thought I might stump you with that one. You have an idea on the year? Anything?
Honestly, the only guess that I have is maybe it's that Untitled 54. Because
That
you
that
said
would be
54
nice.
at the beginning, and so I was like, oh, maybe I don't know. I've never heard that song. I have no educated guess. It sounds like 2000, 2001.
Yeah.
Very similar tones to what Hunter was doing in My Watch Out for the Bus. Very similar, very
Little more
similar.
refined. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but pretty similar. So I'd say 0102.
Yeah, oh 01,
Okay.
December 29th, 8150 in Vail, Colorado.
Oh man, I was just talking about this
Yeah.
fucking venue yesterday.
Yeah. That was Horn. Um,
Oh,
oh
cool.
man, dude. Would it be so cool to hear them bring this back? The dun dun
Dude,
dun dun dun. It like starts with kind of like that once told vibe almost, like, and then
sure.
just gets into super spacey D&B where this was like, ladies and gentlemen, go see Zach Thelmer play the drums era right here.
Yeah.
Murph crushing this.
Hmm.
Um, so Horn was played for a total of 14 times, mostly during the year 2001. Debuted February 3rd, 2001 at the Fillmore in San Francisco. Played 13 times during 2001 and then one time in 2002. And it has been 24 years, 4 months, and 5 days since we've gotten a horn. They just
Gotcha.
dropped it. This was the second to last time it was played. And this is another show to go back. I think I saw some people talking about this show in the lounge. This frequencies suite to start. So you get frequencies piece one, piece two, piece three. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, there is a non-directional beacon teased in there somewhere too. Then you've got a 13, 20-minute long heady improv track, this horn, 15 plus minute dance, a 27 plus minute Urit with Scotahedron. Favorite melody, which we know is Kabuki, another 10 plus minute improv track for your Puma Circus. Yeah, this one goes off. Yeah, it looks like this was a one set show, or no, two set show as well. Um, yeah,
They
so the
all
first,
look, don't they all look like one set shows? Because the
yeah, a
songs are
little
so
bit.
fucking long.
Yeah, frequency. So the first set is just frequencies, suite, the improv, and then this horn. Insane.
God,
Um, again, really wild show, December
that's like a
29th,
that, that's like a
2001.
biscuit set. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly, exactly. So
Yeah,
we were,
I was trying to find I was trying to find on the lounge where that 8150 show was discussed. It definitely was brought up recently.
I think it
That
was it was surrounding the Urit with
with
like
Scotty Hedron.
is this got to be one of the longest jams that they played.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's where Lauren
Yeah.
called us the boys. Shout out Lauren.
Fuck
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I love that.
I love being the
Um,
boys.
I do too. We're happy to take that mantra since the band can't be the boys anymore. Yeah, no, this is just good old fashioned. I like how you pointed out that this is the era where there were very much in bars and breweries, and a couple weeks ago you coined the term frat house STS9, which
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people are not gonna, they're gonna scoff at that, but that's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's that same vibe of like, almost. uh, Obviously, when you're at a concert, a concert venue, you've got a name. People are coming to see you. People kind of know what to expect. At a bar, at a frat house, at a brewery, you're like,
You're
you're
playing
playing.
so that someone walks away remembering who you are.
Right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
You are trying to set a tone for your career and for the people
So
that
that
follow you.
next time you come in town, that person's gonna come back.
Sure,
Right.
exactly. And
Um,
obviously every band to a degree never leaves that era, but I mean, this is really when they were in the thick of it, and
mhm.
a track like that just kind of shows that hunger that we're talking about.
Fuck yeah. No, that one gave me an appetite for sure. So,
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's good
all right,
stuff.
Scotty, we got your Alana clip.
Yup. All right, Nate.
All right, it's about time we went to Beldentown on this show.
Hmm.
Um, I consider myself the mayor of Beldentown. I think everyone that was there should. Um, I think Richard Devine in particular is chief and commander, and he's involved on this track.
Nope, he's not.
No?
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
he's not.
So what I thought it was, and my first guess would have been the Richard Devine set from year
Sure.
two.
Hmm.
Um, do I have the year right?
You do.
Okay. So
You
it's
had,
it's
yeah,
part two from night one.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
No? Okay.
no,
Tell
no.
tell tell me what it is.
Full disclosure to the people that can't read our text messages, which is everyone. I was so sure that Nate did not have this right that I offered him 3 points if he could guess it, and then he said Beldentown, and I was like, "Fuck, he's gonna get it," but he didn't. It's the sound check.
Oh shit! From year two?
Yep.
Man,
Hmm.
that was fun to walk out
Yeah.
our front door and be right there at the
Yeah.
fucking stage
Hmm.
of the cabin there. What, there were 25 people there maybe?
I actually wasn't here for this.
Oh, you had
It's
not you hadn't got there yet?
No, you
Okay.
because the first I remember being so bummed about this because I missed Brandon proposing to Jamie, because that happened on day zero too. The sound check was day zero,
Hmm.
um, and yeah, no, I didn't get there till the kind of the official day one when most people got there, but the people that got there that day early, they got to hear the sound check, and I had completely forgotten about it. I was scrolling looking for a different song, that I had already decided to bring here today. And I came across this, and I honestly had kind of forgotten about it completely, and listened to it on my car ride home. And yeah, it was done after that. This was definitely my first Lana track of the night. Just that screaming HB guitar throughout the
Oh,
whole thing.
yeah. Like, and just like the clicks and like the bird or cricket noises are so specific to the sound the kind of sound that was almost birthed the first year at Wave Spell, where things started to get really naturey and like really trippy, and like the clicks and whatever Richard Devine helped them unlock that first year in Belden Town that stuck around for quite a
Yeah.
while, is unmistakable to me. Anytime I hear it, I feel like I can pinpoint that we were in Belden Town.
Yeah.
It has a sonic presence to it.
No, it definitely does, and I've never really thought about that before you point that out. But yeah, I mean, you hear that kind of ethereal, kind of blissy, kind of like you always talk about landing the spaceship. Like that's
Hmm.
that's when we get a lot of those kind of Phipps tones. And you're right, it is very specific, almost to the region of Belden Town.
Yeah.
That's a great spot.
Love it. Well, it was about time. We haven't been there yet on the show, and we will be returning for sure for pod. We could do a whole fucking episode on.
We will.
It would
We'll
take us
run.
a few episodes
Yeah,
to
we'll
to
run.
wrap up
We'll
Belden Town.
we'll once we get through all the list of shit that we already have, I think diving in, doing deep dives over a couple of weeks of runs like the first and second wave spell, reemergence, all those kind of events would be really cool to
Mm,
do.
hell yeah. All right. Well, we're going to the summertime with my clip as well from the Alana era.
Nice. Man, someone get the door. Jeffrey's knocking.
It's actually Zach. He's here.
He's in your room. Oh, I know what this is.
on, bro. Oh my God. That is one of my
Tastier than some
all
Kansas City barbecue, boy.
that is one of my all-time favorite just no man's land between two songs STS9 that I've ever gotten to witness live, and that I go back to this recording so often. So yeah, Scotty, you know what it is. Tell the
Yep.
people.
Yep. This is from July 6th, 2018. This is Crossroads KC in Kansas City, Missouri. I believe this is the last time they played Kansas City, right?
I think so. Yeah. For first and only time I'd been to that city first. And it was like Fourth of July weekend.
Yep.
Kansas City is a cool little place.
Really?
Yes, the best barbecue I've ever had, hands down. Um, me and the boys went to Q39 this day, which is the best barbecue meal I've ever had. Bro, these two shows, this whole summer tour was so fun in 2018.
Yeah.
2 nights here at Crossroads, which is like a outdoor. It's right downtown. You've got the skyline over the stage, uh, like backyard of like a bar slash barbecue joint, wood chip
Okay.
yard, probably 2 to 3 thousand person venue. Man, this was a hell of a weekend and a hell of a show. Um, you got the um, what do you call it? The debut of Menacer this night.
Really? This is when they
Yes.
debuted Minister.
Uh-huh. Looking,
Why
so
did
this
why
is
did I think that was Bonnaroo? That's Strange Games, right?
yeah, it was Strange
Okay.
Games. Yeah. This run was super special. So looking back on Earth into Hubble, obviously,
Mhm.
bro, it's been a minute since the last LBOE. 1 year, 8 months, and 23 days since the mission
Wow.
2023. I feel like a bunch of these that we've covered last time played has been these miss shows that
Mish.
we were at
Yeah.
together. Um, yeah, to run down the set list, Click Lang Echo opener, which there was an epic sunset when they were coming on. I think Talk opened.
Cool.
13 plus minute Moonsocket, Worry No More, Dragon City, um, Moonsocket into Worry No More, Dragon City 2012, then a full Mobster suite. This was JW's 100th show, and
Cool.
his
Oh yeah, I made this show for him.
his requests were Mobster Suite and We'll Meet in Our Dreams. He got both. So set two opens with the debut of Menacer into Get Loud, um, Shock Doctrine, which is 12 plus minutes. Then this Looking
That's a
Back on
that's a
Earth.
re that's a really good shock doctrine too.
Yep. Then this Looking Back on Earth into Hubble segment, which is top five for me. It's up there with STS9, Kabuki, STS9, where like it's not even like a transition. The segue just creates like a full just like type two like category that they get into
Sure.
of like what is this and it's
Right.
like the beauty of that like big guitar ending of the Looking Back on Earth into this but like with that like that Howell drum and bass spice.
Hmm.
um Man, this episode might break the record so far for most notes played by Hunter Brown. He is
Yeah,
just
dude.
everywhere on this.
And that yeah, I like the way you describe that jam because it's almost like they're tethered in space and they just
Yeah.
keep floating and then at some point they're like, "Are we gonna play Hubble?"
Yeah.
Start bringing it back. Start
It's
bringing
like,
it
yeah,
back.
they're leaving Earth's atmosphere, and then like they're floating out in space, looking back on Earth, and
Right.
then they come adrift, and there's the Hubble telescope right there, and they latch onto it, bring you right there.
Exactly.
So it's artistry in the set list writing. It's artistry sonically. Again, if you haven't visited these shows, this one in particular, the next night was great too. But
Close it out. Close it out. World go
yeah,
round. Move
we'll
my
go around and
peeps.
move my peeps,
Encore.
and then the We'll Meet in Our Dreams encore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer 2018, what a time. You saw shows in Indianapolis. You saw the Minneapolis night, which was the Peace
Peace
Blaster
Blaster.
night. Yep. So special time. Love a STS9 summer tour. We got to hit most of those shows. So that
Hell
rounds out
yeah.
the Lana era. But it
Uh,
sounds like we're staying there for your wild card question.
Yeah, that was a nice swing. We kind of had we kind of have icon we kind of both went with more iconic moments on your last clip and my clip currently. So without further ado, here we go.
Yep. Okay. It was coming eventually.
Yeah.
Give it to us, Phipps, right here. if you
We're in a
win
prize fight, Nate.
if you win purely off that, I'll be pissed because you might. Jesus, that is the famously infamous, the hidden hand, hidden fist from Red Rocks 2015. Jesus fucking Christ, Scotty.
So
Um,
I had a funny thought as I was listening to this.
oh, do
Just,
you? You're a
yes.
jokester? Big
No,
prank
no, no,
guy?
no, no. Just a funny concept for us to toss around in our head. I'm sure this will come back because this is actually hilarious. If you were to create a video game of personified STS9 songs based on the year that they were played, who would you fight with? So my example is I think a 2015 Hidden Hand, Hidden Fist would be my fighter against
Hmm.
any other song from any other era.
Okay.
I think I think that just that year of because this is definitely the best Hidden Hand, Hidden Fist, but I wouldn't say it runs away. There's a few that are pretty close. This
I would
song,
say it's undisputed.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you could put a couple more from this year against it and at least be a decent fight. Um,
Yeah.
this is a big, strong, brawlic fucking Hidden Hand, Hidden Fist, and I'm
It's the final boss.
yeah,
It's like, I mean, the groove it starts in just with the
yeah.
and
Mhm.
I think it was one of the first. It might be the first one they kind of jammed out like this too, where I remember Hidden Hand Hidden Fist started, and this was, I mean, these shows, it was like tough to find a bathroom break, right?
Right.
So I was there with my sister. We had to go to the bathroom, and like Hidden Hand Hidden Fist started, and I was like, okay, like I've been seeing a lot of these. So like we go down, if you're facing the stage, the front right bathrooms that are like down the ramps and stuff. And we get back, and we had been standing row 40 right to the left side of the soundboard. Um, but like they were like just getting into this groove, and we were about to like walk back up to like where we were with our friends. But they started this group. I was like, hold on, wait right here. So like something is happening. Saxon hit those disco balls, and like they were like cat eyes all around like the rocks and shit. Like this is on YouTube. Check out the video too if you haven't. And like they're doing something here, and we got to watch this like right almost like second or third row off to the right, like to like see the band while they were playing this, where Zach is like standing up on his fucking kit, like pumping the crowd up during that drum break, like looking up at everyone, and like just the sea of hands, just like everyone fucking getting down. Like it is such a distinct, vivid memory for me. And it's a jam that I know all the words to. Like I could
Yeah.
sing you this from fucking memory, dude. Like it's so fucking sick. Like thank you for taking me back there. Needed
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So this was I guess this is my STS9 Shepherd era. This is when I was bringing handfuls of new STS9 people to every show. Something I still love to do to this day. I just run out of friends that I haven't taken to a show at this point, so I don't get to do it quite as often. I brought a limo of 13 people to their first STS9 show for this night. Um, and this Hidden Fist started. I'm not going to say who it was, but one of the people I brought was on a handful of party enhancers, and they went to the bathroom right before it started, and they texted me about 3 or 4 minutes into this, right before the jam started, and said, "I'm at the end of our alley of our aisle, and I'm scared to walk back." And I had to physically go retrieve them because
Yeah.
the dance party that you discussed, I don't know if I've ever seen a crowd that this dialed in from
Yeah.
start to finish at an STS9 show. I mean, it was nuts to the wall all night.
Hmm.
And yeah, I had to go rescue a couple of recent STS9 converts and bring them back into my side because they're like, I'm not walking through that fucking shit
The
show
war
of people
zone,
right
yeah.
now. No.
Oh, an absolute war zone. I mean, dude, yeah, this is the kind of track that's gonna make some new fans for sure. So,
Yeah. Let me read the set list for this show real quick.
yeah.
Because I mean this is another one. I mean there are arguably two or three best of versions of certain songs in this show. Starts off with the first ever modular socket, which clocks in total at about 15 minutes long with the modular and the moon socket. Then an absolutely unbelievable crystal, Arigato, huge totem, the debut of In Due Time, which, oh my God, when I heard that for the first time. Vapor. I almost went with that In Due Time, and then I saw the Hidden Hand and decided to roll with that instead. A phenomenal STS9, and fun fact, the first STS9 that was ever played at Red Rocks. And then to close that set of Breathe In, and then argue with your mom about it. This is the best dance ever played. I know it's not. I know
The
it's not
G-Funk
a.
debut,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's a pure dance because G-Funk is not labeled on this track. It
Right.
wasn't a track in itself at the time. It's kind of a la, earlier years of STS9 where you hear, almost a full song as an improv to another song.
I
Um,
remember that when the first time they went in, just that dun
yeah.
da da dun da
Uh-huh.
da dun. I was like, what the fuck is happening
Yeah.
right now? Like Saxon, like it was super dark and he just had like the BI like rainbows around them at that point.
Mhm.
Like it like brought it down where he almost like brings the top down off the fucking band.
Right. Mhm.
Um off the venue and like makes you like focus in on the band like that. Playing with negative space.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember every face around me. I could tell you the people 3 or 4 rows in every direction. I can picture it perfectly, dude. I've never been more locked in for anything maybe other than the birth of my son or my wedding than I was for the first 15 minutes of this set for this
That's
dance.
good company of moments for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And then, dude, I mean, honestly, man, I'll go ahead and say this is my favorite set of STS9 I've ever seen, starting with this dance into one of my favorite shock doctrines, into an absolute banger, Inspire, Poseidon, a mobster suite, the unquestionable supremacy of nature, maybe the best rent ever too.
Yeah,
Seven,
that rank gets super
whew,
housey. Yeah.
17 minutes long, and then right when you think all the bags of tricks are emptied and you're going to get something calm, they come out with a Moby song. Natural Blues.
Yeah.
Natural Blues
So
ending
cool.
Equinox, and
Yeah.
then leave the stage again, and then get yelled back on stage for a true second encore in Life Sweet Breath, and
Mm,
just send the
that's
people
chef's
home,
kiss.
dude,
Yeah.
with tucked in with a pacifier in your mouth. Like, go to bed, dude. It's over.
Whew. Wow. Yeah, that's your weekly reminder to go back to Red Rocks 2015. So,
Mhm.
hell of a choice for your wild card clip. We're my wild card clip is a little bit more of a wild card, but
Okay.
it stays in 2015. So we got the same kind of vibe going here.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Mm. Oh, she bad. She bad.
Oh.
Yeah, bring it back. Hunter.
Yuck.
Mm. Oh, yeah. Bro, Hunter Brown on some of these little fills, just like,
I mean,
like
I there we obviously we don't have like a formal point system for these Wave Spell episodes, but I think there is definitely something to be said about being able to pull a clip that you don't have to clip. This is just hit play at the beginning of this song until it goes
Yep.
into Gobnugget, and that's your clip. That's special, man. That's 7 minutes of gasoline just pedal to the floor. For those of you that do not know, this is You Got the Love It's a cover by Rufus for those of you
And
not
Shaka Khan.
and Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Rufus wasn't originally billed as Rufus and Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan was a member of Rufus for like a
Hmm.
decade, and then eventually started being billed separately or in addition to them, and then eventually split ways with them. I think in the '80s. But
Yeah, this was released in 74.
yeah. It's on Rags to Rufus. I just looked it up. Um, i- if you guys aren't familiar with Rufus, it just ain't nobody, sweet thing, tell me something good, stay. Most of Shaka Khan's songs that you think of as Shaka Khan songs are actually Rufus and Shaka Khan songs. Um, I can't believe neither one of us thought of this when we were giving Maureen our ideas of songs she should cover with the band because
Yeah.
this is it. I said "Ain't Nobody" by Shaka Khan, but this one makes
Right.
even more sense because they played it before.
Right.
Yeah, dude, this song fucks.
Uh,
Just
a, a true
go ahead.
mashup cover too, right?
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
it goes back and forth between that and Gob Nugget, and it works so fucking well. This is from March 5th, 2015. 3 night run, the House of Blues. This was night one on a Thursday night. Before I get into the set list, Scotty, did I interrupt in a thought you had?
No, you didn't. I
Yeah.
was just I just thought that was funny. I didn't realize this was night one, but I mean, dude, like you could if you're a casual fan, you're like, that's all I need. Like,
19 fucking songs. And it's not like all these are short songs. There are some
no.
longer ones mixed in here, but there's like a really good going back to this show, there's a really good combination of like short little tracks
Yeah.
and longer jams. Starts off proper with a musical story, yes. And this was there have been certain times. So there's a really cool curtain at the House of Blues Chicago that's like patchwork and everything like that. And they've done it certain times, and they haven't other times where the curtain's been up where they've walked on stage. This was one of those nights where the curtain was down. They start playing musical story, yes, and it slowly comes up and like
That's
reveals the
cool.
band. Yeah, it was a really cool when they do that. So musical story, yes, into Viable. Bitch and Rent, dude. Oh my God,
Hmm.
15 plus minute rent. I remember this was the age of those 15 to 23-minute rents where
Yep.
they started playing this rent, and I remember looking at my watch, being like, let's clock this one in right here. Then Only Light Remains, Kabuki, For Your Puma, Squares and Cubes, 12 plus minute Puma there. Luma Daylight into Tokyo and set one. Set two,
Wow.
Breathe In set opener. You don't see that very often.
No,
Um,
no.
Almost a 14-minute Breathe In, Rabble. Then this You Got the Love, Gob Nugget, Scheme, 16 plus minute Really What. This is one of the better Really What's right here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Um,
It's this one, it's the Paramount one from 2018. It's on that list.
Yep. And then you get Vapors into Summit, which this
Hmm.
was maybe the second time they had played Summit.
When was the
After
first?
the We'll Meet in Our Dreams run, I believe. This might
Yeah,
have been,
okay.
yeah.
No, you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah. So this was about 3 months later. And then the encore was Ypres into Satori. Woo! My God. Um, 2015, man. What a time.
Yeah. It's
What a
surprising
time.
we don't get into 2015 honestly as much as we probably
As we
should.
could, as we
As we could.
could.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
we got nothing but time here. We'll get there eventually, but
Yeah, we
yeah,
will.
man.
Um, so I that was this will be the closest race I think out of the
Yeah.
clips. I can't call a winner right now. I had so much fun through your clips, and
Hmm.
these
No,
were
this
these
was
were
awesome.
these were a few I was sitting on for a while.
For every swing that I threw, you had a counterpunch. I don't at no point did I feel like either one of us ran away with this. This was a very fun fight.
So let us know in the comments whose clips were hotter. We'll put up a poll on Instagram too here before the end of the weekend to vote on the winner, and we'll have another point added going into next week. But before we wrap up, we've got to inspire, bring it back, and it's going to connect to the clip that we just heard.
Okay.
Um, Scotty, can you guess what I'm getting at here?
I think you want to inspire, bring back 3-day runs in certain cities, if I had to
That
guess.
would be great. That'd be great.
Okay.
That could because these this set of runs was so fucking
Yes.
awesome between 3 nights in Chicago, 3 nights in Aspen, 3 nights in
Athens.
Athens, and then 3 nights in Denver too, right? Was it? Yeah, I think those were the four big 3 night runs from this 6 week period, or maybe even less than that. Insane, what they
Denver
were
didn't
throwing
get. I
down
don't think
here.
Denver got touched during that. I think it was just Aspen, Chicago, and Athens.
Okay, I thought it was four 3 night runs. Could be
Yeah.
wrong, but no. Talking about Gob Nugget here, and the like when you get into this
Okay.
track or this show on Bandcamp, Gob Nugget is like separately tracked after the You Got the Love, and a big part of that tracked out version is like a very extended Gob Nugget outro, right? So this is not a hot take. This is a popular take amongst people. When is the last fucking time we've gotten a finished Gob Nugget, right? Bring that airy outro, that beautiful, like second half almost, you call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I
Do
just
you know
love
the
it.
answer to that off the top of your head?
The last one I know I caught was like Aspen
Yeah. This is the first show the second show we ever did
20.
together as friends.
Yeah, was that 17 or 18?
18.
18?
18.
18. Yeah. That's the one, last one I remember. I want to say there might have been one since then, but it's been a really long fucking time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about what they've done with Gob Nugget. It's been insane what they've been doing with Gob Nugget with some of the drum and bass jams we've seen out of it, some of the modular stuff they've done with it, some of the other stuff they've done. But like, man, I miss that. Just like
Mm-hmm.
specifically the percussion outro is Zach just
Do, 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 do. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck it, dude.
Um,
I'm that's the first thing I'm throwing on when we're done recording this episode, dude. It's so good.
you were directly in front of me for that gob nugget, and I'll never forget the image that I have because as soon as they went into that into that slow part, you threw up both your hands like they scored a touchdown. You're like,
Well, that was that they were in the midst of like phasing it out. Like it
yeah.
wasn't, yeah, it was like not guaranteed that they were finishing it, but yeah, it
Hmm.
was like fuck yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear the boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, you know it's on.
Uh-huh.
And
I love that take.
didn't that go into subliminal nature? I think it did.
I think it came out of the
Came
subliminal
out of the
nature.
subliminal nature. That's an inspire, bring it back. It's fucking subliminal nature. Sorry to tack on two here, but specifically, this my focus is bring back the Gob Nugget outro. I know there's a lot of people out there that agree, and the first time it
Yeah.
happens, it is going to happen. That moment, that's gonna be like if you're not at that show, you're gonna be fucking pissed.
Uh-huh.
So that wraps us up here, Scotty. What do we got next week?
We got DC preview next week, I believe, right?
Yep, yep. And
Nice.
there's a long history of hot shows in the Washington D.C. area from this band. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us and clipping some great moments from the Washington D.C. STS9 time capsule. Should be a lot of fun. And then yeah, we got live STS9 after that with their all good pre-party at the Anthem. So. Everybody have a great weekend. Again, thanks for watching or listening. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, like and subscribe, leave a comment. If you're feeling nice, heck of a review. But love y'all. Thanks for everything. Much love.
Much love.